Okay, people, as I'm going through everything here, I didn't realize this. I don't know. This one slipped by me. Look at the date on this, people. February 23rd, 2015. John disappeared on or about February 21st, 2015. I seen him on the 19th. He told me to go get a lawyer because he didn't want to go to Victoria and we had to fight. That's what he told me. I have it on video. It's online, people. In his words, right? Go get a lawyer. We already had a lawyer in mind. And then I didn't go on the 20th because I was being accused of elder abuse and all this shit, and I was feeling uncomfortable walking around in that place. So I showed up on the 21st, and that's when I went into his room, and there was all those people around his bed with somebody in a hammock. And because Andre was with me, I didn't want to be a drama queen. So I didn't go. Anyway, I want you to listen to this. This is regarding his credit card. The one that simply disappeared, people. Okay? By October. A $13,000 credit card. It says, further to your recent conversation. Trust me, people, he wasn't talking to anybody in the fucking bank. Somebody impersonated him. Okay? With our office. And he's sure in the hell not going to talk to CIBC Bank about his credit card 2 days before he goes missing. Okay? To end up in the emergency hospital at the Victoria emergency department. Andre, be quiet. Andre! At the emergency department at the Victoria General Hospital. Okay? We wish to confirm. Hold on a minute. Okay, you ready? So this was written from the bank February 23rd. That's when I got locked out of John's bank account. Okay, I went to go see him on the 21st. He was gone. Except for somebody was in his bed was in a hammock. With a whole bunch of people standing around him with some hag telling me to go away. That I was being rude. Anyway, further your conversation with our office, we wish to confirm that based on your one-time only verbal authorization, so-and-so will be authorized to speak to CIBC with respect to the above caption matter. There's the caption. The credit card, people. Should you wish to permanently add a third party contact to handle your information affairs, you may do so in writing to CIBC Bank. You will need to ensure the letter contains the following information. Now you remember, you got John's niece saying that when he got off the ferry, they had to rush him to emergency because he was so sick. He was on the brink of death. So they had to rush him to emergency after they took him across the ferry, and he was going to be there for a long, long time. As they're accusing me of stealing his wallet and telling him that he has no money. So he has to write a letter with full name of third party. Because you have to remember, people, I have enduring power of attorney. Third party's full address, including postcode. Third party's phone number. List of accounts that we may discuss with the third party. Please note that these requirements are solely for your protection. Bullshit. We are unable to validate the third party by their full name and address. What does it say? If we are unable to validate the third party by their full name and address, we will not proceed to communicate with the third party. At any time, you may revoke the third party authorization either in writing or verbally at the below number. Now remember, he's in the hospital on his deathbed, being told that he can't talk to the kids no more and that he can't talk to me. But yet, somehow, some way, a day before, 2 days before they took him, he managed to phone up the bank all on his own and just start talking about his fucking credit card. A $13,000 credit card that just simply disappeared within 6 months. Hold on a minute, people. I'm serious, people. You know what? I'm going through my list of documents, right? That is the first time that I realized what that letter said. I'm serious. Honest to God, I swear on my mother's life. I never, when all this shit was happening and I was doing what I was doing and, I just thought it was one of those generic letters that came in regarding his credit card because, I was on a budget, people. Right? I was Joan moved in and my debt load went up. That's what happened. By taking on Joan, my debt load went up. It didn't go down, people. It actually went back up to 40 grand because I had to accommodate her in terms of getting a bigger house. And once you go back into a house, you have to buy tools and, and this. And she needed a bed and she needed a kitchen. She needed fucking dishes and towels. And, and I had to, I created her own little suite so that she could live a normal life to some degree. And, Andre, stop. And, oh my God. So, my credit debt went up, whatever. And then over a course of a few years, I was working on getting rid of the credit debt as best as I could. So I got rid of a whole bunch of, because everything went in my name, people, because before John moved in, Joan bankrupted him. And then he got hit by a car. He paid off all the bills, her bills, right? And then she started racking them up again. And then that's when he just said, fuck it, I can't stand it, right? And then he left. And then eventually he had to go bankrupt again, right? Like officially go bankrupt. So I had to take on the debt load. And then when I got cut off in welfare in 2003, my debt load just went up to like 40 grand over a period of 6 years, right? Because of, I didn't have no assistance or anything, right? And and then I started working on trying to bring down my debt load, but then Joan moved in. So my debt load went back up and it stayed up there. And then I just tried to hunker down and I started paying off the little bills. And by the time John was taken, I was down to my bill, my $19,000 credit card. He had his, because that was the only one that he ever got, for $13,000. And then we had our Royal for $3,000. And then I had a couple of small ones because I'd already gotten rid of a whole other ones, right? And I hadn't done my taxes. So what was happening is because I didn't do my taxes, I was accumulating money so that when I got the money, I could do, just pay off the little ones. Lump sum, $1,500 here, $900 there, and then those little ones would be gone, and then we were going to focus on 2015, because John and I, we talked about budgets. We had budgets, like household budgets, right? And then in 2015, we were going to work on, well, the Royal would have been gone. If they wouldn't have taken John, when I got back my taxes, Royal would have been gone, people. So we would have been left with just 2 credit cards. Mine for $19,000 with Commerce and his for $13,000. So with that, after I got my taxes back and I paid off the little bills, right, like the City Financial and the Royal and whatever else, there was like 3 little ones, right? Then we were going to focus on the 2 Commerce, the 2 big ones, and everybody's teeth. His teeth, my teeth, Andre's teeth, Sierra's teeth, because Sierra's teeth are just rotting completely out of her mouth. She hardly has any teeth anymore. And, Tisha's teeth, well, not so much Tisha's teeth, but I think, just everybody that needed their teeth done, we're going to get their teeth done in the order, John, myself, get Andre checked, and then I think we were going to help Shimei maybe with her teeth, because she was, by that time, an adult. For sure, we were going to try and help Sierra, right? So, but they took them. So nothing got done. But how the hell could he possibly phone the bank when he's telling me on the 19th to go get a lawyer? Right? That he doesn't want to go to Victoria. Right? Where we have him on the 17th asking the social worker what the hell he did wrong. That he has to go to Victoria when he doesn't want to go. The only reason he wanted to go to Victoria for any reason was to visit his mother on her annual birthday party. Right? Not to go live with some fucking hag bag. Right? Like, I'm choked because... So anyway, you know, mail's coming in. So I used to juggle the bills, right? Let me finish what I was talking about. I used to juggle the bills, right? You know, sometimes to double up on payments to get rid of the bills, right? Because, you know, I said to John, gee, John, you know, what happens if something happens to you and you die? You know, I'm going to get stuck with all these bills. He'd be, oh, don't worry, I'm not going to die. You know, you just keep doing what you're doing good. You know, because he had no life insurance policy, people. He forfeited that. We discussed that. He knew what his family was going to be like, and he didn't want me to be terrorized. So I was trying really hard just to bring down, you know, Joan was gone, whatever. I was still in the house, you know, but I didn't have to buy the tools and, you know, the extension cords to mow the grass and just whatever, right? And, you know, and just whatever, right? I didn't have to buy fucking anything. So I was just bringing down the bills, you know, and we were talking about getting our teeth done and just trying to make it so that when he died, I wouldn't be stuck in a fucking hole like I am right now. Because Uncle John was a responsible man. Right? But, you know, these people were conniving behind his back. It's pretty fucking apparent. If I got it on video on the 17th of February where he's telling the social worker he wants to come home to his family, his immediate family. He's challenging her as best as he can, asking her what the hell he did wrong in terms of him not being allowed to come home to his real family. This one, his immediate family. He's telling her he doesn't want to go live in the country with his sister, who he practically doesn't know, right? Because just because she's a sister doesn't mean that he wants to live with her. Sure, he'd like to go visit his mother, but he doesn't want to go live there. He wants to come home to his immediate family, to the place from where he came from, which is here, before he went into the hospital. Have it on fucking video. And then on the 19th, he's the one, as we were talking, telling me to go get a lawyer. Because we were getting scared. As these fucking bitches were accusing me of elderly abuse now. Right? Because I was not wanting to pay for convalescent care when all of a sudden, out of the blue, all of a sudden, he's going to Victoria now for 2 months. As he's saying, no, I don't want to go. Right? And then they fucking take him, and it's confirmed on another video with the niece saying, oh, well, the minute he got off the ferry, he went straight into emergency because he was so sick. The ammonia was coming back on. And all he's been doing is sleeping lots and 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 just sleeping. He doesn't want to talk about anybody or anything, but yet he's got time to phone up a fucking bank? He can't dial the phone number, people. He can't see. He sure the hell couldn't write no fucking letter. And if he ended up in the hospital, when did he phone? Because he didn't phone. Somebody else impersonated him. That's what happened, people. Because mail transfer fraud was put in. They started redirecting his mail on February 4th. That's why they wanted to transfer him from the Surrey Memorial Hospital into the Yale Road Center. And they made sure that that happened because when I showed up at the hospital to go visit him out of the blue, some doctor went running back. The doctor seen me coming. And just as I turned the corner, the doctor literally was fucking running. I'm telling you, people, the doctor was running into John's room. And by the time I got there, there's the doctor standing beside John. John's sitting in a fucking wheelchair. And the doctor says, oh, well, he can go home now. I'm like, oh, I thought I was supposed to meet you tomorrow to talk about that. Oh, no. His lung infection is gone now. You can take him home now. It caught me completely off guard. I said, oh, okay. All right, John, would you like to go? Let's go home. But they had him drugged, people. They had him drugged. So when I tried to help him to get up, he couldn't even fucking get up. And then the doctor took that as his cue to start playing mind games and then say, oh, well, is it really a good idea that you take him home like this? Because what if he falls? How would you feel? Or what if you fall? How would John feel? Isn't it the responsible thing to do to let John go home so that either you or him can fall? And guilt tripped us so bad that we agreed to let him go into this temporary fucking care ward to get physiotherapy for an extra couple of weeks before he came home. Because you have to remember, people, we're being told that all he's being given is a calcium pill. And when we ask for his records, they're not giving it to us. Because he told them for them to give me his medical records. They refused to do it. I asked, they wouldn't give it to me. When we asked him if they were giving him any medication, they flat out said no. And then they had the little fucking workers come in with their little stationists saying, oh, would you like your calcium crushed or whole? To make it look like that's all he was getting. So then he gets transferred to this fucking center that he's supposed to get physiotherapy at, but he never did. He was lucky to get it twice a week for a half an hour. I'm telling you, people, okay? It was my kids that were helping him to walk. Right? And his sister started to redirect his mail on February 4th, after they transferred him out of the Surrey Memorial Hospital into the Yale Road Center. Because they needed more time to figure out how to fucking steal his body. Okay? Because that's basically what it was, as they kept him doped up. And then he got a cold, because they had him in a wheelchair, and John was a nail biter. So you imagine an old man rolling around in a fucking dirty fucking care facility with people running in and out all over the place, changing diapers here, changing diapers there. You don't know what the fuck is on the floor, and it used to bug the shit out of me, right? He was safer at home because he sure in the hell wasn't fucking putting his hands on dirty fucking wheels and then biting his nails, right? So he caught a cold within the first week, and then what do? They give him a fucking flu shot. Right? Don't give him physiotherapy, right? Pick fights with us. Call security on us because we're asking for a walker to help him fucking walk. We're the ones taking him to the bathroom every time one of us came to visit him, which was on a daily basis, sometimes 2 times a day, because one would come, Marcane would come, and in 3-4 hours, Shimei would come, right? I was trying to get him to have 2 visits a day from somebody, right? Every single time somebody came to visit him, he always would ask us to take him to the bathroom. Because nobody in that fucking shithole fucking care facility wanted to help him do it because it wasn't in their job description to do it, or they were overworked. But when you asked every freaking other resident that you could talk to in that place, none of them were helped to go to the bathroom. They started asking my kids to take him to the bathroom. This is Fraser Health Authority! As those bitches were plotting behind our fucking backs! Lying! They should be paid for as being actors! Ship their asses back to the fucking countries that they came from! I don't care if it's Britain! I don't care if it's fucking India! I don't care if it's fucking Germany! I don't care where the fuck these people come from! Send them back! So, she had started this before the 23rd. Okay? John was sicker than a dog. In the hospital on the 23rd. On the verge of death from having a heart attack. From what they did to him. So whoever the fuck was on the phone was probably her sick-ass fucking husband that sat up there on a 1-minute phone call in July of 2015 when I finally got to talk to John for less than 1 minute. And John, all he had to say was he had been sick for months. He got injured and he couldn't remember anything anymore. And then that bastard took the phone away from him. And then tried to suggest that I upset John. And when I told him I was gonna find out what the fuck happened, he said, well, you go ahead and be my guest. Yeah, well, we know what fucking happened now, don't we? That bastard, he phoned up the Royal Bank, the CIBC Bank, and he impersonated John while John was on his deathbed, dying because of the negligence of Fraser Health Authority. And CIBC Bank got greedy, wanted that credit card paid for, want to start banking those registered savings plans. Do you know, people, that if Uncle John wouldn't have disappeared, he would be debt-free by now? I would be debt-free by now. Everybody's teeth in this house, including Sierra, would have had their teeth done by now. And we would be happy. Not living in some bubble, sitting in some fucking diaper, in some fucking pay-as-you-go care facility. Like Uncle John is now. I didn't realize this, people. It really sunk in right now. To further your recent conversation with our office, we wish to confirm that based on your one-time only verbal authorization, so as John's on the ferry, John is on the ferry, looking out the window on a cell phone, on his sister's cell phone, telling the bank, oh, I'm going to Victoria, let my sister deal with the credit card. And then as soon as he gets off the fucking ferry, the shit hits on the fan and he realizes what's happening to him and he ends up in emergency and within 6 fucking months, he's brain fucking dead. And they now got him tucked away like their dirty secret while Fraser Health Authority wants to start the cycle all over again with their suppositions of child abuse to throw it out of court to avoid what I just said. I forgot to read this. Do you see this, people? This is from John's mother. On his 65th birthday, 65th birthday, the day when his superannuation went out the fucking door. As soon as he turned 65, there was nothing left. The only thing that was left was Uncle John. Right? But those people, they didn't know that. For some reason, they seem to think that they own him. Right? And they sure the hell don't want him to be happy. But here it is. Dear John, this is from his mother. Happy 65th birthday. I'm sorry you are not here so we could at least have dinner to celebrate. However, we'll catch up when you do come over. Because he'd do his annual birthday with her once a year. Right? Hope you enjoy your special day with... Do you see that, people? With your family. And we'll do something special. When we see you, take care. Love you, Mother. They were jealous of John. They couldn't control him. That's why he left, people. That's why he left the fucking island. and moved over with me when I said, I gotta go. I can't stay out there no more. He could have stayed, people. He didn't want to stay. Because all they wanted was his fucking money. Right? They didn't help him. Nothing. They wanted him to always help them. It was either him give him the car, give him his car. When he had a car, they wanted his car. If it wasn't that, they wanted his money. But they never fucking came in and helped him. Right? They were jealous. They were jealous that somebody actually cared about him and fucking helped him. Him. You know?